In this episode, we're in Fare and can shop at our favorite store. We desperately need to repair the rot damage in the beams before it spreads. After a long work day, we treat ourselves to happy hour on shore. We built our warm catamaran in ice-cold Norway. We took her apart, packed her into a container and shipped her to Tahiti. On a beautiful beach in the Pacific, we put her back together piece by piece. We sailed her through paradise, exploring beautiful islands for months. Then reality called. We had to leave her behind and return home to Norway. The pandemic hit. Borders closed and we couldn't go back for 3 years. A wooden boat left alone in the tropics for so long? Not a great idea. This is the story of us coming back and trying to salvage our dream. So, we really need to do something. Look at this. This boat is becoming almost like paper, you know, like the dinghy was. On the other side is actually the top, which is really bad. I can do this now because we seriously have to do something about it. And needs to be fixed, this one and the other one. And it's gonna be maybe 1 week for each of them. It's a bit longer.
Yes, I want a long one. This is for making temporary beams, so we can take the other beams out and fix them and put them back. Then we have to have something to hold the roof and the floor.
Finger
together.
up, thumb up is very good. One photo.
Thumb up is good.
Good.
Thumb down is not so good.
Thumb up and I finished.
And these I have to fix on the boat and then temporarily fix them to the floor and to the roof, and then we can take the beams out.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Taisian. Tarani. Tarani. Now I go and work, you know, every day. My tongue is back. Work, work, work. Pour me. Ah, this is good shop. This shop has everything. I love this shop. But who is Mr. Huahine? Is that you? Is your shop? No? Is his shop? His? Him? So he's Mr. Huahine. It's a good name. I call you Mr. Huahine. So now we are walking with 5 meter longs. What are they called?
Beams.
Beams. We're going to do something with the boat, on the boat with it. We're walking from our favorite shop, Huahine Import. I have the cover for my phone on the top here. And Eric is seriously walking in the back, maybe carrying most of this. I'm not really sure. It's heavy, but it's not really that heavy. It's always very beautiful. Carrying this next to La Pita Hotel, which is over there. I wish I was there with a coffee or a cold beer. Instead, I'm doing this really, really hard work. Why are we actually doing this?
To fix the boat.
To fix the boat.
To be able to sail next year too.
Yeah, because we want to come back and sail. And our Va'atawati, which means a double canoe, will very quickly irrigate, this something integrates into 2 canoes, which is not so good. I don't know what this is. So beautiful. It's so beautiful. Everyone is relaxing, swimming, sitting in the sun, or actually sitting in the shade. And we are bloody working, mad people. We're now towing the beams after the boat.
Now I have put a temporary beam across from one hull to the other, and this is to hold the floor and the roof when we take the actual beam off. So I started to lash underneath here. There's a beam going, so I'm lashing that. I'm going to do that on this side and also on the other, so the floor will be hanging. Put the weight from this over to this, and then we can lift that one up, so, and repair it. So that's the plan. So now I'll put up some braces up to the roof. Now I can loosen this one from the beam. With these bolts, and it will be hanging in the air, so we can lift up the beam. We do this on both sides. Temporarily fixed. French screws here, and they just break out halfway in, so I have to cut now the bolt on this side with the machine, and I had to take the short beams going down here off to lift this big beam.
Is unlashing these. I think there's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You haven't done one row yet?
No.
So it's 6 of them that we will lash together later when he had fixed his beams, and we're putting everything together. And luckily we had both these two, these orange things here. I have to find the name in English, and the blue things.
Well, it doesn't look too bad in this part. It's not rotten down here, but the draining of these probably the problem. The beams are lifted up. Doesn't look that bad in that end either, but it's over here. There's a problem. This is not very nice. We have to work on this side. Skal jeg lukke luka der?
Ja, bare lukke den. Da kommer jeg ut da. Så jeg kan sitte ute, så er det greit.
This is... Really good, but maybe not bad. Jeg kablet der oppe også nå. It's just like paper.
He's like carving out
Bad wood.
really bad wood. It's like, I mean, it's like paper. Is it worse than you thought?
No, it's not so far.
Not so far.
I could
So,
see it was bad. So.
do you know how the water got in there?
No, some cracks or something.
Just a little crack and it starts
Yeah.
coming water in.
Yeah. Looks like
I mean-
this one is okay actually.
God, it's
Får du fortsätta se?
so... it's just pure paper.
Wow.
It's going, I think it's going quite a lot further over here.
Yeah, yes.
I think it's going almost to the middle.
Ungefär. At least it's easy to chip it off. So see how deep it goes.
It's Friday and happy hour starts here at 5. All the tables with a view of the sea, beautifully placed between small palm trees, are reserved. The view is impeccable. The sun is soon setting and if we're lucky, we might catch it sinking right between the two iconic peaks of Bora Bora, Otomanu and Bahia. We're at the Yacht Club. Yacht Club, it sounds snobbish and exclusive, but here the Yacht Club is for everyone. There are those who arrived on the island in a luxury vessel with their own skipper and an 8-person crew to impress the owner and his wife. And then there are the long-distance sailors anchored in the bay and those who never made it any further. On the dinghy dock, aluminum and rubber dinghies are packed together. From the little main street in town, people are streaming in, tourists and locals alike. Like my friend Ingrid, always as beautiful as ever, and of an age that's hard to define. I met Ingrid before. She's one of the 7 stunning Kinander sisters. 2 or 3 of them have held the title of Miss Tahiti, and one even sailed with the legendary Norwegian explorer Thor Heyerdahl, famous for the Kon-Tiki expedition. Ingrid's Swedish father, Alf, came to Tahiti early in the 1920s with his wife and 2 sons. His wife passed away and he remarried a local beauty, having 7 daughters and a son. They all received Swedish names alongside beautiful Tahitian ones. For me, it was easiest to remember the Swedish names. Lillemor Ingalill, Anna, Ulla, Ingrid, Margareta, Anita, and finally the son Sverre. Alf, their father, imported Tahiti's first outboard motor. Just imagine how lovely and quiet it must have been before his time. Now Ingrid is coming to meet me with pearls in her ears and around her neck. They sparkle in the same rhythm as her eyes. Ingrid brings with her a jug of Mai Tais, the local, delicious but also rather strong rum punch. A kiss on both cheeks before we sit down together. There's always a table reserved for her. We chat about everything and nothing as the sun sets. And sure enough, we're lucky. It sinks right between the peaks of Utumano and Pahia. At that moment, darkness descends. It happens quickly at these latitudes. Colorful lanterns light up and the band starts to play. At the dinghy dock, some have brought their Hinano beer or punch, since all the tables along the water edge are taken. By one of the palm trees stands one of the local beauties with her glass of wine. It's impossible not to be swept away by the warmth, the light, the sounds, and the punch. Leif-Erik isn't too fond of the sweet drink, so I use my well-practiced phrases. Ipiti piarari he hinano. 2 hinano beers, please, large ones. I can't remember how to order just 1 beer, so Leif-Erik gets 2 as well. After a few hours, we let the oars glide through the water. It's dark with the sky full of stars. Back to Bora Bora. So weather forecast did say a bit of showers today, a little bit of rain, and of course it did come. I'm too positive and think it's not gonna rain, but it's raining. Not much though, and it's soon gonna stop, for sure. While it's raining, Leif-Erik is having a small cup of coffee. You can see here in the front, it's what we call the bar, the new bar. So we are again bringing things from Huahine Import and to the boat through the down a little road, down even smaller road, slowly going towards the beach. So it's really good. I'm filming extremely well now. There's so many dogs here laying around, and I think it's lovely space here where coconuts are starting to grow in the coconut. Yarana! Balcony with his canoe, blowing some sun. Wow! It's not heavy! Strong! Gonna walk along this beautiful beach. We were very smart this morning and actually left here in the morning. Very good idea. And here are all the things we're gonna tow out today. Again, 5 meters long or something like that. Beautiful day. Beautiful day. Very happy man rowing. And again, going 2-hour planks.
Not the worst view. It's right there, Taha and Bora Bora in the distance. Now I've been putting in some new wood, trying to cut it to length, and beginning to be ready to glue this part now with epoxy. Now Anna is mixing the glue now.
200 gram of one and 100 gram of the other. So very good system here. Can you smell it when it's perfect? It smells actually quite good.
Yeah, quite a lot.
It's more like something sweet, this epoxy.
Now I'm painting on the epoxy glue. Firstly, so it will get into the wood some, call it.
You did it right on the before. I'm so a bit more difficult for me to. Ja, de där. And then of course we all make mistakes, rookie mistakes. We're filming and gluing, and preferably both at the same time. And often it's a race against time, with latex gloves on our hands and tiny buttons on the GoPro and iPhone to push. It's not always possible to do everything perfectly, and we just have to roll with it. It turns out we're turning the camera on when we think we're turning it off, and vice versa. So what we end up with is a ceiling. The ceiling gets filmed, and all we can do is laughing at the mishap. At least we have long, good footage of the ceiling. Here we're gluing pieces of thickened epoxy. We mixed with filler to give it a thicker consistency, almost like toothpaste. We're using Johnson's baby powder as filler, recommended by someone on the internet. Huahine Import was out of the original expensive epoxy filler, and they must have wondered why a mature couple needed 5 bottles of baby powder. Painting the pockets gray before we're slowly gonna paint the beams orange. Fireworks. Tomorrow we might, and maybe we can put them down again. Painting fireworks before the rain is hitting in. Looks like it's a bit of rain over by Fiji. So all this area is what has been repaired. It's all getting nice, hopefully 2 layers today. So we have already ordered more paints, but we're not getting it until Tuesday from Tahiti. So we just have to get it on. I think it's enough for 2 layers. So I'm painting a few of these areas that we couldn't paint yesterday because we had these straps, and Leif Erik have now moved the straps away. You can see a little bit of areas here that didn't get any paint at all, but it's on the top of epoxy, so you know it's important to cover it up because the epoxy isn't too happy about the sun. Just a little bit more. It's almost down. I think it's down.
Fastening the roof pillars.
Super tight. So what are you doing now?
Now we are lashing the deck beams or the floors
Together?
together.
Has it worked good today?
Today has been a good day.
I think I got a lot of the floor. Now I'm getting a little bit of you as well.
That's better to have a lot on the floor.
I can see this is difficult. It's like only it's been half an hour, but very, very difficult half an hour. What are we looking forward to, Leif Erik?
Beer.
Happy hour innan nå.
Happy hour, you know.
What a beautiful evening.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Went for a beer and, well, 2 beers or 1.5 beer. And I think it was happy hour because it was a lot cheaper than it was yesterday. In the next episode, we start working on our little 1972 Yamaha outboard named Huahine, the one we use for the dinghy on long distance trips. A huge thank you to all our amazing supporters and subscribers. Join our Patreon tribe for just the cost of a coffee each month. We're designing a unique mug for every episode of our adventure. Start collecting now.